When it comes to objections, when it comes to complaints, if you simply, bam, have a witty, clever comeback, if you simply, bam, oh no, you don't understand this, or even worse, well, what can I do to get your business? You're taking your deals in the wrong direction. And I'm going to bring up Brandon's example. Him and I talked yesterday. Okay, this is exactly how we role played. And if you guys remember when we role played, props to Mark. Mark's getting better, but Mark fell off the bus right at step number 1. As soon as somebody complained about the price, Mark started going into with his buildings, well, we own our own factory, our materials are better, our construction is better. Yesterday, Brandon, and you can unmute yourself and tell me if I'm wrong, but his number 1 objection was the dang price, $500 a month, right? Oh man, I don't have $500 a month. Okay, I did not immediately go, oh, $500 a month is nothing. And by the way, your price is going to be locked in at that rate. So when it does go up, you're going to be locked in and you're going to get the value and it's going to be great and you're going to have coaching. And I did none of that. You know what I did when Brandon, the first thing out of his mouth was, man, I really like your stuff that you post on social. I've looked through the website. The credibility is there. I've seen the reviews. $500 is just a lot of money. It's just too much money for me, right? The first thing I did, totally understand, totally get it. Totally understand, totally get it, right? I get it. That's it. That's all I said. I agreed with Brandon that $500 is a lot of money. And by the way, if you guys are selling $100,000 software packages, it's not a little bit of money. It's not a lot of money. It's what your client thinks it is. So if the client says $500 is a lot of money, agree and move forward. If the client says 25 grand is nothing, agree and move forward. That's what I did with Brandon. Okay. Now I agreed and moved forward, and guess where the discussion went? Forward. We didn't get hung up on that complaint. We didn't get hung up on that objection. We were able to talk about Brandon's vision for where he wants to take his career, where Brandon wants to take his company, where Brandon wants to take his division. And I was able to now have a constructive conversation with Brandon about what his goals were, what his plan was, what's working for him, what's not working for him, what was his biggest reason for wanting sales coaching. I was able to have a constructive conversation because I agreed with that price complaint. I agreed with that objection. At the time, didn't know if it was an objection or a complaint. Objection meaning it needs to be handled or addressed to get the deal. And we move forward. Well, as I've told you guys time and time again, every single objection has one thing in common. People will bring it up again. I'm going to say that again because it's really important for you to understand. Most of the time, if it's just a complaint, if you agree and move forward, it won't come up again. Brandon, totally get it on the price, right? Does it make sense for you to get your membership activated? Oh no, the price is too expensive, okay? They will bring it up again, as Brandon did. He brought it up a second time. But because I use my own system, and there's nothing pushy, I don't think Brandon felt manipulated. Because I use my own system, I slow the process down in the beginning to speed up the results in the end. I simply pivoted to step number 3. Hey, Brandon, what are some of your thoughts? Well, I do have some money set aside. I can do this. I'm going to commit to 3 months. But if I am not crushing it, if I am not getting more deals within those 3 months, I'm going to cancel. Brandon, that's a fantastic idea, right? That holds me accountable. It holds the team accountable. It holds the group on the lives accountable. We all want to be accountable. There's no point in us investing our time, our energy, our money into a program like this if you're not going to get results, man. Congratulations, you made a great decision. I look forward to having you on board. And that's how it went. There was nothing pushy in that phone call. There was nothing manipulative in that phone call. And if I had said to Brandon, hey, well, what if I can get you $100 off? Which we don't do. We don't discount at Easton University. Brandon would have probably gone back and gone, I need to think about it. And then in his head, he would have been like, well, what if I wait a little bit longer? Can I get this thing down to $300? Can I get it down to $200? Can I get a month free? Guys, sit firm on your solution and agree and move forward so that you can have better conversations with your prospect about their current situation, about where they want to go. And this happens very often to all of us. Might not be price. It might be the fact that we don't have some sort of compliance certificate. It might be the fact that if we're in software that our app doesn't work on a certain platform. Stop trying to win every argument with your customers and start trying to have discussions.